Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys probably already have seen this and know that I literally found my dream planner, and it is the Estelle Chloe, and I did like a recent reel on it just about why I love it so much. And so I kid you not, I literally opened it and then spent about 5 minutes just like obsessing over how much I loved it. And immediately went back on the site and ordered like the A5 slim size in the same black color. Sorry, my camera cut out there for a second, but I was just saying, like, I'm not even in an A5, but I had been thinking a bit about an A5 just back and forth, just because I sometimes find I've been needing a bit more space in the personal, just especially for my weeks. Like, I've just been so busy between work and planning my girls' birthdays and just stuff around the house. Anyway, so I needed some more room, so I've been thinking about the A5, and like, it's still a bit big for my desk, but just rambling on. Anyway, so that's why I was like, I'm just going to go on and get the A5. It's an A5 Slim, and they do have like other A5, like regular A5 sizes now. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you that story to show you how much I loved it. So I'm going to unbox this one with you. So I literally just got it in the mail, and I didn't unbox the last one because with the personal size, I don't know, I had been going through this rut, and I had tried out so many personal planners, and there was a bunch that I was loving, but like just nothing was like it, you know? Like sometimes you just go through that time where you like certain things, but nothing is just bringing that spark and joy and like motivation to get back into planning again. And I just had this weird feeling that this was gonna be it. And so when it came, I was just like, people have seen like 8 million unboxings of personal planners, so I'm not gonna unbox it with you guys. So anyways, when I got this one, I was just like, I haven't done an A5. I thought I would unbox it with you guys and just tell you why I am loving it so much, for those who don't follow me on Instagram. So it comes in a really nice box, and then this little card just tells you like care tips and stuff like that. Then inside it comes in some more packaging with the, what's it called, like the cloth bag as well. So let me get that out of the way. Okay, so here's the packaging, and I think the A5 is really big, as in like the rings are really big. I think they're like 38 millimeter rings, which is enormous, which is great because a lot of like people with A5 planners, I think you keep it at home. And I will share kind of like an updated system of what I plan to use for the second half of the year. I just had, in my last video, I'll link it up here, I was talking about like what my current system has been, which is basically the personal and the Hobonichi weeks. And I'll still be using both, but I'm going to add the A5 into it, I think. And so I'll give kind of an updated video, a system video on what I plan to use in the second half of the year. So it comes in this like nice bag. And then, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, look. That is enormous. Let me just give you a side by side. So this is my personal, and it has 30 millimeter rings. And 30 millimeter rings is already big, right? Like, keep in mind, guys, 30 millimeter is already big, and this is 38. Holy moly moly. Can you guys, like, believe how chunky this is? Okay, so let me just open her up. Oh, she's perfect, okay, guys? She's perfect. And I'm going to explain why everybody needs an Estelle. And also, why didn't anybody tell me to get an Estelle? Like, come on, guys. You guys know I want to try, like, all the planners, and nobody told me to try them out. Okay, so it is an extremely large planner in terms of thickness, but what's great about this one is that the width and everything, I think the height is regular, but the width is slim, as in like if you put in your A5 inserts in here, it's going to come to the edge. And I will, at the end of the video, I'll put a timestamp maybe here on when it starts, is if I'll put in the actual inserts that I have in my existing A5 so you can see what it looks like stuffed up. So if you want to jump to there, you can. So, oh my gosh, I love her. The A5 is like a bit floppier, obviously, because it's so big. Oh my gosh, I'm just admiring how beautiful this is. And I'll do a comparison with personal as well, if you guys are wondering about the configurations. Okay, so let me tell you guys why I love this planner. Okay, so first thing is first is that this is a vegan pebbly quote unquote leather, but it feels amazing. Like, you know how vegan can sometimes seem cheap or inexpensive? This, not at all. Like, to be honest, I like this more than like the Louis Vuitton canvas, like my LVPM. I mean, like, you know, that canvas is not leather, obviously. So it's like a synthetic material. It's not real leather, but like, it looks nice, right? Like, it looks expensive. It is expensive. But this kind of looks like that too. And for the price, like, it looks so expensive for its price. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, of course, the Krauss hardware, which is like the best of the best in terms of rings, you know, just adds to the whole quality of it, right? And it just makes it feel like a quality planner. So that's the first thing. And to be honest, I am not very good at caring for my planners. I'm not one who will, like, you know, be really careful to like not have any marks and keep it really nicely in my bag. Like, that's just not me. So, you know, with the Naya papery one, the Velvet Desert that I had, like that suede type planner, it doesn't work for me because I'm just not careful enough to take care of it properly, and it just makes me nervous. Like, I want to be able to carry this thing, put it on the kitchen. I want to be able to carry it with me in the car and not worry that like one little speck is going to ruin the leather. And so that's what's great about this. So it's very durable. Of course, those who, you know, are concerned about animals, vegan is the way to go as well, right? Animals and the environment. So that's the material. Then the next thing that's amazing about this is, you can't tell as much in here, but in the personal for sure, I've talked about how with the smaller planners, I like a bit of structure. And that's just because, I don't know, it's just like when it's smaller and you're taking it on the go, sometimes I'm like writing on it, like I want it to be structured so that it's not like flip-flopping all over the place. Whereas these bigger planners can be, I actually prefer a bit more floppiness because, I don't know, the floppiness, I'm not sure. I know some people don't like the big floppiness, but I think because it's such a big size, the floppiness doesn't make it seem as like enormous. So with the bigger planners, I like them to be floppy because they're usually at home and I'm not on the go, so I don't need to worry about it. And it's actually really amazing, is I didn't expect it, is that the A5 size is fairly floppy in comparison to personal, just because it obviously has more fabric, right? But with the personal, it's just like the perfect amount of stiffness. So, you know, if it was a bit stiffer, I would be happy with that too. But like, you could tell it has a lot of structure. And that's why I love it too. I hate when it's super flimsy, and this is not. But this is also not like cardboard rigid. And I think the benefit of it not having that cardboard stiffener is sometimes the cardboard stiffener, I think, can make planners look, I wouldn't say like cheap, but like less expensive. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me, but that's what I think. So yeah, so it's nice that it doesn't have this like cardboard stiffener, but it does have structure, which I just love. And then this A5 is a bit floppier because it has the extra fabric. It's literal perfection. The next thing with this is pencil holders. So it has two, and it has like this kind of a little, I noticed this one's feels a bit smaller, and then this one here. So you got the two pen loops. And I put I think it's my Uniball Signo here. It has like a fairly large barrel. It fits perfectly. This I like to keep my, you guys know that I like my Friction Slims, like the erasable pens, and a lot of the times these are too big and the Friction Slim will slip through, but it actually fits this top one perfectly. So I'm sure you could like put a pen here and then put even like a Tombow here, right? So that's amazing to have two, and they're both perfectly positioned because one is facing inward, one is outward, that they don't bother, like they don't hit your inserts. I kind of wonder with this A5 Slim if this one will, just because it's supposed to be like, you know, just the size of the insert, so that might cut into it, I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. So that's the second thing that I love is the pen holes. And then, of course, is this adjustable strap. Like, I haven't seen this on any other planners. It is freaking genius. So, you know, if you're a stuffer, like, beyond putting inserts, you know, sometimes you want to carry a book or whatever, like, this strap goes so far that you can carry, like, literally everything in here, right? Like, you could slip the front cover of that book and still cover it up. And if you're somebody who likes just the inserts, you will like it a bit tighter, you don't stuff it as much, you could just move it back into this slot so that, there's two more slots, so there's 3 in total. You could just move it back as much as you want so that you don't have such a long strap, right? The ability to customize this is amazing too, because then no matter how much you stuff it, like you could still put the pen loops and not have issues with, you know, this not closing after. So I think that's just like, it's so genius. It's so freaking genius. Then of course the pocket design is amazing. So what I love about this is, for those of you again who want to add a booklet, you can add it into the slip pocket. You can slide the front or the back into these slip pockets. Amazing. Or if you don't, like the most, not versatile, but the most functional, I think, pockets are slip pockets like this. No, these aren't called slip, but what are these called? Secretarial pockets, right? Just because there's no, there's nothing constricting it from the top. You can slip papers here, and I think it's just the most functional pocket. And then, of course, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, some card slots. I do think these card slots, at least on the personal, is a bit oddly sized in that I can't fit like a horizontal card this way. It has to be vertical. That's the only thing that I noticed about these that was a bit odd to me, is that you can't fit like your standard cards horizontally in the personal. So that's that. So like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just the most perfect planner. Obviously the rings are perfection. Yeah, it's amazing, right? Okay, so let me just show you a quick comparison as well to the personal in terms of configuration. So the personal, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 card slots. So I think that's the same, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. The secretarial is the same. Secretarial in the front and back. And then the 2 slip pockets, as well as the 2 pen loops, and then this strap. So configuration, the exact same. The rings, like I mentioned, are 30mm Krause rings. Yeah. So that's it. I just had a thought. Was there a gold option? I couldn't remember. I thought actually I had gotten gold in this one. I need to go back and check now, because I don't know why now I'm thinking maybe I had gold. Maybe not though. Anyway, so configurations, the same. It's all the exact same. Perfection, perfection, perfection. I don't know how many times I can say it. Okay, so that's that. And quick look of my filled in personal, and you can see I have so much space, and I'm on just like the second loop. So even like this, like I could actually fit my Hobonichi Weeks in here and still close it perfectly fine. So my Hobonichi Weeks is my pre-planner, and you can just see I have so much room that if I wanted to carry the pre-planner and my actual planning together, it's really easy to do that. And then it's great because you just have everything like at once. So that's that one. Okay, so let me get to my A5 planner. I'm using the Filofax Finsbury right now, so I'm gonna get that and fill this in, and then just kind of show you what it looks like for insert. Okay, so here's my Filofax Finsbury, and actually I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a comparison between these two, because they're both leather. Well, this one's not leather, but like they're both black, pebbly covers. So this is the Finsbury from Filofax. This, of course, is the Estelle. And so if you put them side by side, you can kind of see, if I just look off the bat from a straight eye, I don't know if you can tell as well in camera, but the Finsbury has a bit of a sheen And I don't know if that's like, might be just from patinaing. I've had this for, I think 3 years, maybe 4 years. And this one doesn't as much. When I look at them, yeah, so that's a bit matte, this is a bit shiny, but I couldn't tell you off the bat just looking at it, like one is real leather and one is vegan leather. Cannot tell you, and I think that speaks to the quality of these Estelles. Price point wise, I think this one actually, I can't remember if they're about the same, I think. But the other major differeces, just off the bat, of course, is you could tell how wide this one is versus this one is slimmer, right? So if I put it on top here, you can kind of see like a good 1/2 inch there. And so this is kind of like a regular standard A5, and this is the slim. Of course, these buckles, one is skinny, one is long. But the other major thing about the Finsbury is that it is stiffener. It has stiffener in it. It's very hard. Whereas I already showed you the Estelle is kind of floppy. So this is a very stiff planner, and I just think it, like, on top of the fact that it's regular A5 size, it just looks enormous, right? Rings wise, this one I think is 30mm rings. This of course is 38, and these are Krause rings, okay? And these are just, you know, regular Filofax rings. Not that they're always great quality. Filofax is great quality, but they're not Krause, right? Like, they're not the top of the top. Silver hardware on both. The configuration is a little bit different. I love this configuration a lot more than this. I think this is just, it's not as functional. It's kind of got these like slanted pockets, 6 of them, and then it's got the zipper pocket, which I like literally never use, because you're not going to put anything bulky in there because it's so stiff that it would just, like, you know, show. It's got a slip pocket here, which is kind of similar, and then the slip pocket in the back, as well as this thing where you could put like a notepad or something. Oh, sorry, no slip pocket here, my bad. Just this pocket here, which again, not as functional. Maybe you could get like an A5 notepad or something. The one thing that I do love about this one is I like how the pen holders are like that, 2 of them across from each other. But the problem is it has no elastic, so it's very stiff, and it's very limiting on what types of pens you can put in there, right? Because I don't know if you know, the bigger pens sometimes don't fit because they're too big, and then the smaller pens just slip out, so it's just not as functional. So those are kind of the major differences. So now let me just move all of this stuff over, and this is just kind of my interim setup, and once I do like a full proper setup, I will show you. I'll do a separate video on that. But okay, so see how, and let me just show you how the inserts look. There's a big gap there, and when you close it, there's definitely like that gapping to the edge, right? Which allows for you to put pens, so it, you know, it does serve certain purposes. Okay, so now let me move it over and show you what it looks like in the Estelle. Okay, so I got everything in here, and I think my battery's dying, so I'm gonna try to get through this quickly so I can finish this video. But you see that there's still a bit of a gap there when it's laying flat, but when you close it, you'll see that it comes right to the edge. So it says on the website that if you have side tabs, it won't accommodate it. It's going to show, and I don't mind that as much. But for those of you who, you know, where that bothers you, you will have to get rid of the side tabs and just use top tabs. So the top, there's that gapping you can see, so you will be able to fit those comfortably. And that's kind of how it looks like this. So this is enormous. Like, look how much space I have, and that's like all I've been needing. So this can really fit everything, and it could be quite the chunky monster if you wanted it to be. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you guys want to see like A5 proper setup, like without these crazy orange tabs and everything. And I want to add some deco and everything. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys want to see. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!